Right. Welcome to another training. This one is going to be one of those loving slaps in the face. So please receive it as that. Right. We are here to cultivate boldness, not for the sake of being more bold, but for a very specific purpose. Actually, several. But because we're in business, there's an ultimate reason for this work. Okay. So why do we want to cultivate our bold? Well, the boldest women in the Bible were the ones mentioned in the Bible, right? Proverbs 31 woman, Deborah, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Lydia. I mean, just so many women. Esther, they had to do the hard thing. They had to do the uncomfortable thing. Rahab. Like these women literally risked their lives to ultimately prove their faith in God and seek to please him and accomplish the mission for which they were created, right? And so we often think of these women, I know I did, as lofty, and well, they're just kind of almost somehow not human because of what they've done. Like they rose so high, they rose to the occasion, notwithstanding their fear, which of course, can you imagine Esther wasn't afraid? But she chose to lean into her faith and where God called her, even though it risked her life. And so let's talk about the ultimate goal of what we're doing. I mean, the ultimate goal of life is to glorify Jesus Christ, to glorify the Lord Almighty. So let's not be confused. And when it comes to our businesses, it is to reach the inevitable success that is just so much greater than we as humans can even imagine, because we're letting the Lord lead, right? He's the chairman of the board. You're the CEO. So we take orders from the board, the chairman of the board specifically. And so where is this all leading to? Ladies, you are in business and sales is the lifeblood of your business. And although selling can be simpler than we may think, it still takes work. And if anyone's listening here that has not yet made 100,000 in a 12-month period, I got to be the bearer of the truth that it takes work, it takes time, it takes you putting in the reps every day, doing power hour, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, because that's going to be what gets clients in the door. You're going to have to not overwork, okay? Please hear me. I have a method. Come into the inner circle. Let's talk about it, right? There's a way to do one-to-one, the reach outs, that kind of thing. One-to-one, which early on is great because it allows you to do some success mapping. You can hear kind of where your best, highest caliber clients are right now, what they're thinking, what they're believing. But there is that one-to-one track that is especially important in the earlier stage of business, and the one-to-many track, right? That puts you in front of audiences of hundreds or even thousands, like podcast guesting, like other collab opportunities, be it you going live on a platform, social platform, you, stepping into a peer's higher level spaces, coaching programs, etc., so that you can be exposed to several people at one time. But I really want you to understand that we have, just in the time, what is this going to be, training number 20? Over the course of April so far, over these 20 trainings, I have given you not only belief shifts, mindset work, embodiment, identity work, which is pivotally important, but also actions to implement, including prayer time with the Lord, including asking him to give you the big vision so you see where you're going, inviting you to look at the future version of you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the mission that you're leading, the movement that you're leading, like where is it now? Like what are you? Imagine that right now. Just close your eyes, take a moment. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you on stages? Are you on top podcasts, even more than you are right now? Do you have a community of thousands, perhaps tens of thousands? I want you to dream big, because our God is a God of big, right? Like he said, we don't think like he does, and our ways aren't like his ways. But when we chase him and we say, Lord, I'm willing, I'm ready. Like, tell me what to do. Like, how big is this going to be? And go for it big time. So how many sales have you made this month? How much money has come in this month? And remember the growth zones. I want you to honestly look at, because look, we have a couple of days left in the month, so it ain't over till it's over. So I want you to evaluate when it comes to beliefs and actions, the only two things that are dictating where you are right now in your business and the revenue coming in. I want you to say, golly, what am I believing? Where is my beliefs right now? What belief system am I operating from? And then what actions am I taking? Am I reaching out to people, or am I hesitating because I'm thinking that's going to come off too salesy? I want to be so salesy in the most godly way. Salesy is not a curse word. Salesy is not an evil word. Salesy is what I am. I am very salesy, and it's a very good thing. And I am not going to allow the enemy to redefine that. I am salesy because sales is service and I serve. Can I get an amen on that? So I want you to evaluate, how much time are you spending in the power hour? How much time are you spending collabing, reaching out to peers and others, inviting yourself on their stage? But of course, we do it in a certain way, and we go into detail about how to reach out for podcast guesting spots and for collabs inside the Inner Circle. Again, if you want to know more about that, DM Inner Circle to me at Judy Weber Co., wherever you are on social. But I need you to be honest with yourself and say, I say that I want so many clients a month or so much revenue a month, but do my actions evidence that I really mean it? Like, do I not just want it, but do I deeply desire more success in my business? And so there is an element of doing, I don't want to say doing more, but perhaps taking more action than you are right now. But here's the beautiful thing. It's not just any action, it's taking the right actions, like Power Hour, like strategically and intentionally reaching out to people after you've vetted them when it comes to podcast guesting, not just willy-nilly throwing, sending out emails to people whose podcasts aren't even active or whose audiences are not actually aligned. Okay, there is work to be done. But when you have the system, the sales system, both front end and back end, doing its thing for you, having that kind of running in a, like I say, a systematized, organized, strategic, intentional way, you're not constantly working. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall and sees what sticks. You're not even posting on social every day. But when you are posting, it is potent. That's why your social content is not content creation. The goal is not to go viral. You are curating a bingeable body of work because you are the authority for your people. And authorities don't just entertain. They don't just teach. Authorities make plain their perspective, their point of view, their approach. And they stand behind with 1,000% conviction their way is best. Best to get the results that they know their highest caliber best clients not just want, but deeply desire. So I would love to, I look forward to reading in the chat where we are. And again, no judgment. No, that we don't do that around here. But we absolutely do evaluate. There's a training on that. Go listen to it if you skipped it, if you missed it. This is how the next level of you operates. That multi-6-figure, 7-figure, and more CEO. She doesn't operate from lack. She operates from abundance. She doesn't operate from stress and scarcity and fear. She operates supernaturally from a place of calm, confidence, and certainty. It can be yours. God has it available for you. Lean in, sister.